In the book of Targums, in Genesis 15:13 through 14, it says, "And he said to Abram, knowing, Thou must know that thy sons shall dwell in a land not their own, because thou hast not believed, and they will subjugate and afflict them 400 years. And also that the people whom they shall serve I will judge with 250 plagues, and afterwards they shall go forth into liberty with great riches." Many people would say that the 400 years of affliction already took place in Egypt, but in Exodus 12:40 it mentions that the children of Israel were in Egypt for 430 years altogether. In Exodus 1:7 it says, "And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly, and the land was filled with them," or the land was filled with Israelites in Egypt. In Genesis 41:41 it says, "And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, See, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt." If you know your scriptures, you would know Joseph, the son of Israel, whose name was Jacob, is the one who saved Egypt from the 7 years of famine. And because of all his good works and the Most High being with him, Pharaoh set him over all of Egypt, as seen in Genesis 41:41. In Genesis 50:22 it says, "And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house, and Joseph lived 110 years." And in Genesis 41:46 it says, "And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt." This is when Joseph, son of Israel, told Pharaoh about the 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. In Genesis 45:6 it says, "For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in which there shall neither bearing nor harvest." In that scripture, Joseph was speaking to his brothers, revealing to them who he was. And because the brothers came to Egypt to buy food because of the famine, we know the 7 years of plenty was gone already. From Joseph standing in front of Pharaoh at the age of 30, 7 years of plenty, and 2 years of famine when his brothers came to Egypt for food, Joseph was about 39 years old. In Genesis 45:17 through 18, Pharaoh tells Joseph to tell his brothers and Israel and the household to move to Egypt, and he will give them good land, etc., as seen in the scriptures. So Israel moved into Egypt during the 7 years of famine. If we take away 39 years from 110 years, it leaves us with 71 years Joseph lived with the children of Israel in Egypt. And if we take away 71 years from 430 years, it leaves us with 359 years the children of Israel lived in Egypt without Joseph. This means it is impossible that the children of Israel were afflicted in Egypt for 400 years. Even so, The Most High's signs and wonders were not 250 plagues, as you can read them in Exodus, and most famous the 10 plagues, along with other signs and wonders. And as we read in the beginning of this video from the book of Targum in Genesis 15:13, the Most High told Abram, "We will be afflicted in the land that is not ours, because we did not believe." In other words, we did not keep the laws, commandments, and statutes, and believed in them, nor the curses that would happen if we don't keep them. I have covered some of the afflictions in part 1 and part 2, also showing who the children of Israel are because of them. I've also mentioned the 400 years in part 6 and what it means, which signifies the end of an age, which are the times we are currently in today. The plagues have already started from the 250 plagues mentioned to Abram. Note, the children of Israel are scattered across the 4 corners of the earth. It is a worldwide event that is taking place. This means the plagues will not be only in one place, like it was in Egypt, but across the face of the earth. So let's take a look at some of the plagues that have already come upon us. Shows off all the cash you make, selfish need, double greed instead of helping those in need. Flashy cars ignore their scars, $1 million party stars. This is the great techno war. Technology and habits, we don't know what our future holds. I can see it's going down the rabbit hole. Can't you see? Awaken your soul. Use the brain of the radio. We don't know where our future goes. I can see it's going down the rabbit hole. Can't you see? Awaken your soul. Use the brain of the radio. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, oh. This will be a tragic. Sliding slope, blindfolded on the go, program they don't know, tapped into each man's soul. I'm a robot addict, we don't know what our future holds. I can see it's going down the rabbit hole. Can't you see? Awaken your soul. Use the brain of the radio. We don't know where our future goes. See it's going down the rabbit hole. Can't you see? Awaken your soul. Use the brain of the radio. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, oh. This will be a tragic. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, oh. Supersonic automatic. Destruction to everyone in a day's expensive place. Shows off all the cash you make, selfish need, double greed instead of helping those in need. Flashy cars ignore their scars, $1 million party stars. This is the great techno war. Technology and habits,
future holds. I can see it's going down the rabbit hole. Can't you see? Awaken your soul. Use the brain of the radio. We don't know where our future goes. I can see it's going down the rabbit hole. Can't you see? Awaken your soul. Use the brain of the radio. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, oh. This will be a tragic. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, oh. Supersonic automatic. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, oh. This how the world will be done. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, oh. Destruction to everyone, 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 everyone. Yeah, 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 yeah. Destruction to everyone. Fancy jeans, latest things on the phone. It's everything this way. We will go on a sinking, sliding slope. Blindfolded on the go. Program they don't know. Tapped into each man's soul. I'm a robot addict. We don't know what our future holds. I can see it's going down the rabbit hole. Can't you see? Awaken your soul. Use the brain of the radio. We don't know where our future goes. I can see it's going down the rabbit hole. Can't you see?